teach us about some of the deal breakers that, everybody actually, what are some of the deal breakers that would happen if somebody has dated you after about 3 months, 90 days, and now you've come to find out some truths that they may have in their life or some personality traits that they may possess? What are some of those deal breakers that will allow you to break a part of this 90-day, 3-month bond?
You're asking them, right?
Everybody.
I
Well,
can
I'll go.
answer.
Oh,
No, you go ahead.
I think one thing is like if you lied. Like if I asked you about
that's what I was gonna
something,
say.
it's different to omit. But if I specifically asked you a question and like you said, if I said, do you wear red tennis shoes? And you was like, no, I don't wear red tennis shoes. You know, that's a problem because you lying. But if you say, no, I don't wear red, knowing good and well you wear black, but you didn't say you don't wear black, that's just omitting. And I understand that people think that omitting is lying, but I don't necessarily subscribe to that. But I think if you lie to me,
I'm a great
like
omitter.
a blatant, like, hey, I feel you.
I'm a great not answerer.
But if you lie like to something that I directly ask you, like that's a problem.
I told my girl, like, you gotta be
Very
precise
specific.
on what you ask.
Yep.
I mean,
I ain't answering shit I wouldn't ask.
I'm gonna be really real. Like in the first 3 months, what the hell is there to lie about, right? If I find out that you lied to me within the first 3 months, it's no point for us to even do this because this is the stage where we're supposed to
be very honest.
getting to know. Yeah, because this is we just
part to be
this
honest.
is the best time to tell me whatever you want to tell me.
That's a good point.
And then if we're not asking questions and then you're telling me stuff that's not true and I didn't ask you nothing.
You just brought it up
and I
out the
just
blue when you
find
lied.
out it's like for me the cap, if you're gonna cap to me, make it be something for real. Because I'm not saying that I've been straight up with everybody my whole life, right? But if you're gonna tell me a non-truth, make it for a reason, a purpose that's real for us. Because if it's just 3 months and we just knowing each other,
so early.
we're getting to know each other, I can tell you anything that I want to tell you. I'm actually trying to tell you to see if you're a keeper, if you can deal with my lifestyle, with how I think, way that I want to move. Because this is how we're gonna know if we're gonna move forward. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. But at first I did agree with you. But now I'm thinking about omitting is not always okay. For example, like
I ain't say it was okay.
No, well, I'm saying, but I'm saying it's a deal breaker too because like let's say if it's like you go this is weird to me because I don't know how you go on my page. My daughter is all on my page. I don't care what anybody has to say. I showcase my child. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of her, even though she's only 14 months and she's bad. But I'm proud of her, right? So if I have to ask you if you have kids, which I do understand, social media is a business. So you sometimes don't want to mix it. But if I do have to ask you, or if I don't ask you, and it's never brought to my attention, that omitting to me is still somewhat of a lie. Because I feel like when it comes to building, like in this specific analogy, we're talking about family now. So it's like, all right, let's say you use Instagram as a business. I'm gonna give him that out in this analogy, right? You have this out and you don't showcase your children, but you have 2 children that you never told me about. And we've been dating for 90 days. We going out on dates, we doing this, we doing that. And I don't know about your family and your home life. To me, that's a deal breaker off rip because I value family and I value transparency with the family. I want it to be included. You know, from the start to the finish, you got to be able to tell me some things that I'm not asking because I may only ask some things that I have to question.
What if she don't have the kids though? What if the father got the kids or if the mother got the kids?
If she don't got the kids, she damn sure need to tell me because this is America. And in America, women get their kids.
And I want to, we're going to go to Billy. Don't you think that we get penalized for honesty?
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Communicating and honesty.
I've been getting penalized since 2018 when I came on 8 at the table for my honesty.
I mean, we all get penalized. But yo, we always get penalized for it. But you get a lot. But you also get a lot of rewards for it.
That's
I agree with that.
There is the flip side to the coin. You do get penalized, and the people who penalize you are not real, and they weren't gonna be the people that you were gonna be around
Regardless.
Yep.
So when you're being straight up, if you want to go to the wayside, you go right ahead. You go over
I wouldn't be there no way.
I'm not meant for you. I'm not meant for you because how I feel about my own self, and I'm sure y'all feel this way because I actually feel that from y'all. I am an acquired taste. I am not for everybody.
Yeah, I like that.
And I don't want to be for everybody.
Facts.
You know what I'm
I see
saying?
that.
So I choose to be straight up. Have I lied? Yeah, to preserve people's feelings. And I'm gonna keep it real. Every time that I tried, I can name it on one hand because I'm not a lot. It doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
Yo, you know I'm lying. As soon as I'm saying it, you're looking to find out. You're looking to find out because my delivery is so like, this is what it is. And when I'm lying, it's like, well, so. You can just hear my tone. It's trashy. It's trashy. You know what I'm saying? So you'll look at me and be like, yo, what is your problem, player? You know what I'm saying? So they're not meant for you.
Yeah.
And when you're a certain type of person and you realize who you are, that's why we expect certain things. That's why we have a list. That's called standards. Most people don't have standards. So when people look at me and they'll say something like, me and Math, for example. We had a guest to come on the show and she did some little BS, right? But she was trying to come through me. So I was like, you know what? They can't never call me ever again. I'm never gonna pick up their call. I don't care how big she is. And they was like, oh, you're taking it personal. I said, no, I read the 4 agreements. I'm not tolerating they BS. I have a standard. I took your call, I booked you, I made it go down for you, I changed my schedule for you, I showed up. You didn't come through with what you're gonna do, I'm not calling you no more. That's just my standard. And I'm not going back on that type of standard. And people don't keep their standard they don't keep their standard as baseline. They try to downplay it, make changes for it, maneuver it.
Do you think that's why some people can't keep a relationship because they have desperate energy?
Ooh.
A lot of people do have that.
95% of people have desperate energy.
A lot of people do because it gets that way from what I've seen, a certain age, time, or things that they've dealt with, right? Because you could be young at 27 and dealt with that shit and been like, I'm desperate already because I done been through other things that people, pretty females go through way more stuff than females that niggas ain't checking for them. They can get worked if they don't pay attention. They get spoiled. They get treated to certain things. They don't understand that they're being taken advantage of at the moment that they're being taken advantage of.
They don't listen.
They don't.
We tell them.
You said
definitely tell them.
all women don't listen.
No. Some of them don't listen, but some really, your frontal lobe is not developed. When you catch them young and you start working them, now they're tarnished by the time they're 26, 27 years old because they've been through so many more things that this 40-year-old woman has never, ever experienced in life. And that is a factor. Experiences that people take along and go along with and have in life mold who they become. But you could be desperate at 22 and you could look good, but you're covering it up well. But by the time you get to 27, you realize that you're covering it up is not working. Exactly. It's like, it's not working.
I realized too, right? A lot of people, and if I had to give like a 3-year generation, this is something that I just had my own analyticals on, right? You had, let's go three generations back. That generation was typically together. Right? So then the second generation, the middle generation, is the generation where people were together, but then they were separating and they were like bragging, boasting,
That's what this is.
No.
What we're living right now?
What we're living right now is not even.
Everybody's separated already. They're separated.
Right? So now.
No, he's saying the other generation was when it was starting.
Right? So now, let's say we go to this current generation, right? Everybody is proud to be separated. Like I just talked to my girl, I said, the world is so crazy that it's a flex if you have your family together.
Yes.
I could post my daughter and my family and it's a flex. That's a shame.
Yes.
That's a shame. So now we're seeing desperate energy happen because a lot of people grew up with their parents were together, or if they grew up and their parents weren't together, and it's all, affecting them differently, where they're like, oh, my mom and dad was married by 25. I want to
gotta
be
be
married by
married.
24.
Mine wasn't married, and I'm going to get married.
And now I gotta get married. So now you have everybody trying to change the narrative or match the narrative, and they're becoming desperate and not holding their standards to themselves, in my opinion.